Hello, welcome to Airport Madness 3D, the newest version of Airport Madness from Big Fat Simulations. I have a beta version that I'm allowed to play and to show you a little bit about what this game is like. And I've played a little bit of it, and let me tell you, it is everything I hoped it would be and more. Can you believe it was 10 months and 200 episodes ago when I did that introduction to the first episode, the first look at Airport Madness 3D. I still appreciate so much that Big Fat Simulations gave me access to that, and I just had so much fun. I think I did an episode a day for 14 days straight before Airport Madness 3D was released, and it's been a blast. It was a blast then, and it's been a blast ever since. What was especially gratifying was to see the response to those first episodes. Episode 1 has had thousands of views, and several of the others have had thousands of views as well. And that just, it's so much fun. I love it so much that you're interested in the game, that you not only watch to see the game, but you come back again and again. And some of you are regulars now. You're subscribers. You watch a lot of the episodes. And man, I appreciate that support so much. You will never know how much I appreciate that. So what I'm doing to celebrate 200 episodes is I'm playing basically the same game I played in episode 1, Time Trial at Kingston. You already noticed that the tags look differently than they did. That first episode, I only had 2 airports, Kingston and Toronto. I played a couple episodes in Kingston, as I recall, and then a few in Toronto, so you could see the 2 different airports. Now, I had played Airport Madness 2D, several versions, all 6 versions, really. But 3D was new to me, and I had to spend some... I mean, it was an effort to get used to the whole 3D experience. But, you know, I was also enjoying all of the things like being able to get in the cockpit and land the plane and some other aspects of it that you'll see in a bit in that first episode. And then, at the same time, I had to move some planes, didn't I? Because the clock's counting. And I've got to, at that time I had to move 50 planes to get the time trial achievement. Now you only have to move 30. But I'm going to play it at approximately the same rate that I was playing it then. I didn't have a choice then, but this is fairly close, I think. Why does that plane look like it's moving so much faster? That's odd. Well, he's going to move. Same place, same rate.
Speed up.
So you think that one runway, you know, looks pretty simple, just in and out, that's all you got to do. But there is a complication at Kingston. And I discovered that fairly early in that first episode and described it. Take a look.
Iron flight 643, clear for takeoff. Runway 30.
Got a plane loading here. There are 2 more gates over here which require crosses.
5700 on the pushback.
See this plane getting pushed back. I love this animation. It's incredible. Just absolutely love it. All right, back to moving planes. Let's get these guys going.
Buzz 919, speed up.
Future jet 914, low down.
Still don't get these planes expediting very fast. Get them off the runway. Oh my goodness. I got 2 departures already, huh? Cool.
105, expedite off runway 30.
Okay, I think we're okay now. The plane's going here. Part of the fun of introducing Airport Madness 3D to you is because, like I said, I love the series. I've played them all. I'm just absolutely so excited about Airport Madness 3D, and it has not disappointed me as some of the other games have. I discussed that also in that first episode. This, to me, is a combination of the great gameplay from the whole Airport Madness series and a few of the 3D games I've seen. The other 3D games are fine, the graphics are great and so on, but the gameplay is very repetitive, and that just bores me to tears very quickly. I have a game that I started playing and you know, kind of meant to get to the next level on, but you have to do the same thing over and over again to get there, and I just haven't gotten back to that.
588 expedite off runway 30.
Don't see any planes wanting to cross yet. Oh, there's one right there. Hold runway 30. That means he's got to cross runway 30. So I have to find a spot for him to do that. And of course, you only got 2 gates over here. You only have room for about 2 planes lined up for departure. So that can get kind of crowded if you're not careful. We didn't have Concords then either, so they didn't muck things up. Most of the planes initially were about the same speed. Didn't have to worry too much about adjusting for them in the air. Also, now you can click on the surface radar here to order planes to push back.
Buzz 896, Roger. 5232, speed up.
5105.
Initially, you had to click kind of on the underbelly of the plane, and it was a little tricky, especially with the tags the way they were. They were a little larger, and so you had to kind of see your way through the tags to be able to click on the plane. So this is much easier. This is a nice adjustment. Really, that's a go-around? Oh,
Nightmare 538, slow down. Nightmare 538, Roger.
Buzz 896, speed up.
any more? Nope, no more holds. Get some of these planes in here.
Nightmare 538, speed up.
Buzz 896, expedite off. Runway 30.
5151, speed up.
Buzz 105. Request taxi. Buzz.
Sometimes I just like to click on the plane instead of over on the surface radar. Kind of fun. I played that first game, I think, with the tower on. I'm not doing that here, and I probably should have, but I didn't. I initially wanted to stay with the tower all the time because I thought that was one of the coolest features of Airport Madness 3D, and I still do. But if you're competing and trying to get an achievement, the tower makes it a little more difficult. It's a little extra challenge,
Nightmare 680, speed up.
which, you know, is okay. But
588. Request taxi.
5151, expedite off. Runway 30.
Starboard 588.
make sure
on
this
the
plane
pushback.
gets off the runway okay. I don't think we could expedite either initially, could we? I'm not sure. There were quite a few more limitations
Nightmare 680, slow down.
to our options initially. That's one of the things I keep emphasizing is that this game is in development. It's in constant development. I mean, we start out with 2 airports. There's 7. An 8th one will be here in time for the 1-year anniversary of Episode 1 in April. That'll be Boston Logan. That's going to be a challenging airport. That's going to be interesting. LAX I thought was going to, it was going to be easy, and I wasn't ready for it. So I really was a nervous wreck the first time I played it, as you may have seen a few episodes ago. But I think Boston Logan is going to be a real challenge because there's 2 kind of V-shaped runways crossing 2 parallel runways.
That's going to be pretty interesting. Future jet 785, expedite off. Runway 30.
All right, let's do an immediate takeoff here and let him get clear and then move a bunch of these planes. You know what? I'm going to cross this one too. I hope I make this. You get across there, little doggy. That's a small plane. Less likely that there is a difference. Some of the bigger planes do bump stuff on the edge a little more.
Runway 30. Deal flight 255. Clear for takeoff. Runway 30.
Buzz 91.
Do a third departure here and slow this down and slow this down a little bit.
Buzz 6, 5.
It's starting to get busy as it did in that first episode naturally. Watch this.
Iron Flight 499. Request taxi.
Buzz 413. Cleared for takeoff. Runway 30.
Steel flight 511 on the pushback. Future jet.
We have a
413
lot
on the
of
pushback.
departures.
Iron flight 643 on the pushback.
No, he's making his final turn, so I don't dare do another departure.
Slammed at 300. Speed up. Slammed at 300. Expedite off. Runway 30.
Buzz 448. Speed up.
Buzz 700. Request taxi. Buzz 151. Request taxi.
I still think this animation is cool. All these little vehicles moving around, making things happen.
Buzz 151 on the pushback.
Except the pushback carts. Isn't that cool?
On the pushback. Slamjet 258. Speed up.
Steel Flight 903. Expedite off. Runway 30. Steel Flight 9.
Wow, this plane's really cruising in here.
Runway 30.
Buzz 665. Expedite off. Runway 30. Buzz 665.
They come this far pretty fast.
30. Buzz 665.
And
Expedite off.
they crank
Runway
to a
30.
slower pace.
Nightmare 680. Request taxi.
Buzz 151.
Now in that first episode, I was really checking about when to
588.
have planes depart. I'm still a little scared about Concords because they just take off so fast. So I'm going to pause for a second here, but not nearly as long as I was in that first episode. Take a look at this.
Future 785. Request taxi.
I do not send another plane off until the first plane hits this cross point here. And I've been burned a few times. I may get burned on this one because it's a small plane. I'm going to wait a little
Steel
longer.
flight 511. Clear for takeoff. Runway 30.
The runway cam is pretty freaky.
Buzz 280. Request taxi.
That just freaks me out. I don't know what to do there. Nice thing, you can do a 180 on this in this tower, which is kind of fun.
680 on the pushback. Future 785 on the pushback.
Well, there you have it. Look at this. Now I got 3 planes departing, right? Just one after another. Just automatically taking off. That only burns me occasionally.
5105. Speed up.
And I'm going to get some separation here. Changing some speeds. Need some planes to come in and land. We'll finish this out. I don't think we're going to reach the number of planes that I moved in that first episode. I really don't.
Copper flight 174. Expedite off. Runway.
Well, these last 2 planes come in. I'm just going to do a bunch of departures to close this out.
Steel flight 255.
Yeah, he's down there okay.
Expedite off. Runway 30.
I can expedite this again. Clear the way.
Expedite off. Runway 30.
Might even do an expedite here. Yeah.
Flight 255, expedite off. Runway 3051.
I hope I get away with all this.
Runway 30.
Future to
I'm going to kind of be upset if I don't. Oh, he's taxiing to the runway. Okay.
Deal flight 255.
I thought I had a, I've got a Concorde departing, or yeah, departing. Come on, make that turn, get out of there. Gee. And I got to hold. Yeah, see, the Concordes climb out early now. At first they didn't. At first they barely climbed out. Oh, got to do a go around here, I guess.
88 going around.
And here too.
919 going around.
I'm about out of time. I'm going to go ahead and send them around, but...
Will land. Runway 30.
Yeah, look at that.
Isn't
that nice? That's one of the things I love about Airport Madness 3D.
Deal flight 903. Request taxi.
Buzz 665 on the pushback.
Deal flight 903 on the pushback.
Buzz 152, request taxi.
I'm about out of planes. I don't have enough heading to the gates here. Move this Concorde a little faster just so I can move a few more planes.
Ramjet 258, request taxi.
30 planes. Yeah, I'm still short of where I was at the end of the end of episode 1. You'll see the ending in just a minute. I'm going to close with that. But I just want to thank you again for supporting Airport Madness 3D, both the game and the series. And there'll be a lot more to come. Episode 201 in a couple of days. And some more streams. And, you know, the airports, as they come in, they'll be here. Let's ride this plane in, shall we, as we close? Let's take a look at that first episode that we did and how we ended that one. I moved 41 planes in this one. Let's see how we did 10 months ago.
Iron flight 64.
Oops, there's my crash.
30.
Not sure what that was. I didn't see that coming. I don't know if that was probably 2 departures too slow. And so I 49 planes again. I made it to the end last time, but I didn't have a crash. But I had a crash this time. So there you are. There's your first look at Airport Madness 3D. I think it's a great game. I hope you do too, and I hope you'll be watching next time when Tenacious Viking plays Airport Madness 3D.